Martha knelt beside her bed, her head resting on the cold floor, her tears soaking the mat beneath her knees. Her heart trembled with pain as she whispered, "God, if you are truly there, give me a son before my husband leaves me. Please, Lord. Just one son." Her husband, Ezekiel, was fast asleep, his face turned away from her. The room was silent except for the steady tick of the wall clock and the faint cry of a baby from a neighbor's house. That cry pierced her heart like a blade. In the next room, her 7 daughters slept quietly, innocent souls. Yet to Ezekiel, they were not enough. To him, Martha had failed as a woman. For 16 years, Martha had been married to Ezekiel. Their home was known for peace and prayer, at least in the beginning. Ezekiel was a deacon in the church, a man known for his discipline and seriousness. Martha had been his pride, until child after child came out as a girl. After the 5th, his laughter grew thin. After the 6th, he stopped attending church with her. After the 7th, he began to come home late, smelling of alcohol. "Martha," he would say, his eyes dark and tired, "I have tried. My people are mocking me. They say I married a woman who can only give me daughters. You don't know what it means for a man to die without a son." Martha would weep and fall at his feet. "Ezekiel, children are gifts from God. Don't speak as if girls are not blessings too." He would hiss and walk away. And soon, the threat began. "If you don't give me a son, I will take another wife. I need someone who can carry my name forward." That night, Martha's world shattered. At first, she prayed harder. She fasted, visited different churches, joined night vigils. Pastors laid hands on her head until her hair began to loose from too much oil. Some said it was generational curse. Some said it was spiritual blockage. Some even accused her of using her own womb for witchcraft. She cried until her eyes hurt. She cried until she could no longer form words. And then one day, her friend Agnes came to visit. "Martha," Agnes said, sitting on the edge of her bed, "I know what you are passing through. I know a place, by the river. The spirit there helps women like you." Martha's eyes widened. "A spirit?" Agnes nodded. "Yes, but not a bad one. People call her Mama Water. She is powerful. When she touches your womb, you will conceive a son. Many have gone there." Martha's heart beat fast. "But that's not of God." Agnes sighed. "Martha, you have prayed for 16 years. Has your God answered? You think faith means foolishness. Sometimes, you must act." Martha shook her head and wept. "Agnes, I can't do that. I am a Christian." Agnes smiled faintly. "Then keep waiting while your husband marries another woman." Those words pierced her deeper than any knife. Weeks passed. The pressure in the house grew unbearable. Ezekiel stopped touching her, stopped eating her food. His family began to whisper openly. Even her eldest daughter, Rose, now 15, could sense the tension. "Mama, why does Papa always shout?" she asked one evening. Martha forced a smile. "He's just tired, my dear." That night, after another heated argument, Martha made her choice. She couldn't bear the shame anymore. She called Agnes. The next day, before dawn, they set out. They walked through narrow bush paths until they reached a river, a quiet, wide stretch of water glowing under the moonlight. The air smelled of wet earth and something ancient. At the riverbank stood an old man wearing a red cloth tied around his waist. His eyes were sharp and strange. He asked Martha to bring a white hen, a bottle of gin, and a bowl of fresh meat. Agnes had prepared everything. Martha trembled as the old man began to chant. The river stirred, ripples spreading like soft whispers. Then, the water began to rise. And from the river came a woman, beautiful beyond human understanding. Her hair flowed like silk, her eyes gleamed like glass. Her voice was sweet but chilling. "Why do you call me?" she asked. Martha fell on her knees, shaking. "Please. I need a son. Just one son." The mermaid smiled. "You have called upon the river for life. But remember, no gift from the river is free." Martha nodded desperately. "I will do anything." The mermaid reached out and touched her stomach gently. You shall bear a son. He will be yours, but he will not belong to this world. Before Martha could ask what she meant, the river calmed again, and the woman vanished beneath the water. Weeks later, Martha began to feel strange. Her body was weak, her senses sharp. A test confirmed it. She was pregnant. Joy filled the house. Ezekiel wept and fell on his knees. God has answered at last, he shouted, hugging her tightly. He began to treat her like a queen again. For the first time in years, laughter returned to their home. When Martha gave birth, it was a boy. The cry of the baby echoed through the hospital ward like the sound of deliverance. People gathered. Gifts poured in. They named him Samuel, because God has heard. But deep inside, Martha felt uneasy. On the night of his birth, she saw a dream, the river again, and the same mermaid smiling at her, whispering, "Your son is born. Remember my warning." She woke up sweating, but she said nothing. From the beginning, Samuel was different. As a baby, he never smiled at prayers. When Martha sang hymns, he would cry violently until she stopped. He grew fast, too fast. At 3, he was speaking full sentences. At 5, he could overpower his sisters twice his age. He loved destruction. He would tear pages from the Bible, break plates, and laugh. He once threw a kitten into a pot of hot water, smiling as it screamed. Martha was terrified. "Ezekiel," she whispered one night, "there is something strange about Samuel." Ezekiel frowned. "Don't talk nonsense. He is a boy, boys are rough." But it was more than roughness. There was a darkness in his eyes, something cold and far away. As Samuel grew, peace left their home. He fought in school, got suspended many times. He insulted teachers and mocked pastors. When Martha tried to pray for him, he would laugh, "Mama, your prayers don't reach heaven anymore. Remember where you went." Martha froze. "Who told you that?" He smiled faintly. "She did. The woman from the water. She visits me sometimes. She says I am hers." From that night, Martha could not sleep. She began to fast again, this time with genuine repentance. She cried before God, begging for mercy. But Samuel only grew worse. At 17, he joined bad gangs. He drank, smoked, and came home late. Ezekiel tried to discipline him one night, but Samuel pushed him so hard that he fell and hit his head on the wall. He died before morning. Martha screamed until her voice broke. Samuel watched silently, then walked out. 3 nights later, Martha saw him again, standing by the doorway, holding a knife. "Samuel, please," she wept. "You killed your father already. Don't kill me." He looked at her with empty eyes. "She says you broke your promise." Before she could run, he drove the knife into her chest. They found Martha and Ezekiel's bodies 3 days later. Samuel was nowhere to be found. The police searched the whole town, but he was gone, like wind. Some said he drowned himself. Some said he returned to the river. No one ever knew. But those who passed the river at night claimed they sometimes saw a young man standing by the water, staring into the depths. And when the moon rose high, they heard a woman's voice singing softly from the river. No gift from the river is free. Many years later, Agnes, the friend who led Martha there, grew old and weak. One day, as she sat by her window, she saw a young woman walking toward her house. The woman was crying. "Auntie Agnes," she said, "they say you know a place where women can get a child." Agnes froze, her hands trembling. Outside, thunder rumbled faintly though the sky was clear. And from far away, carried by the wind, came the faint sound of a song, soft and haunting. "No gift from the river is free." Agnes shut her window and began to pray. Then end. "Remember the gifts of God makes rich and added no sorrow. Only God can give good gifts, the devil cannot. When the devil gives a gift, he takes something bigger in return, your soul. When you turn away from God and run to darkness for help, the light you seek will consume you. God's silence is not absence. His delay is not denial. The devil gives fast answers, but the price is always your peace, your soul, and everything you love. I hope you enjoyed this story and was blessed by it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. God bless you.